Hi everyone, happy Monday. Hope everyone is doing well. And first and foremost, hope you guys are all staying healthy and safe. So a few updates for today. Last week I made a video about the SBA programs and I wanted to do an update because the program has changed a little bit and the website has been updated. Now the first thing that I can say is that if you are applying for any grants or loans or any sort of relief packages from the SBA, your best source of information is the SBA's website. That is where everything is most accurate, and it was actually just updated, I believe, last night. So it's kind of really clear and concise and can answer all your questions. But what I'm going to read you right now is an email that I actually just received from the SBA, not FDA, a couple of minutes ago. So this is directly from them. And now this is the main program that I've applied for as well, and the one that I think a lot of people will be applying for here in the short term. So let's dive into it. Here it goes. We know you are facing challenging times in the current health crisis. The U.S. Small Business Administration is committed to help bring relief to small businesses and nonprofit organizations suffering because of the COVID-19 pandemic. On March 27, 2020, President Trump signed into law the CARES Act, which provided additional assistance for small business owners and nonprofits, including the opportunity, and this is key, to get up to a $10,000 advance on an economic injury disaster loan, EIDL, and that is the same loan program that I spoke about last week, but it's been updated with a $10,000 advance. This advance may be available even if your EIDL application was declined or is still pending and will be forgiven. So essentially what a lot of people out there are saying, and I cannot say for certain because I don't think that this is even for certain just yet. Things are just changing so quickly, and it seems like even the SBA and the government, they're still trying to figure out exactly how to roll everything out, which is why things are changing so rapidly. A lot of people out there are saying, in essence, this is kind of like free money if you apply for it, and obviously if you meet the requirements, but who's to really say because things are still so up in the air and uncertain. However, it seems like they are quickly trying to push money out to the people, to small businesses as fast as they can. And it seems like this $10,000 advance is one way of getting money into the bank accounts of small businesses. And then just below, it has a link to the application, which I will post in my description down below so that you can check it out. But basically, the application is super simple and straightforward, just as it was last time, but even easier this time to get this advance. It takes barely 10 minutes to do. You basically just have to submit all your information, such as your name, your social. If you operate in under any type of entity, you need to provide your federal tax ID, which is basically like a social security number, but for your business, otherwise known as an EIN. I personally operate under a business. I am a S corporation as of right now. So, I was able to submit my EIN and the way that I'm incorporated and so forth. They'll ask for your information, as in like what's your affiliation, are you the owner, what percentage, things like that. And these are the different categories of people that can apply. I'll give you guys a real quick briefing. The first few are the ones that I think are applicable to most people. The remainder of them, I don't think it really applies to anyone that might be watching this channel. But the first one is applicant is a business with no more than 500 employees. Now this will probably include some of our fleet owners on the platform that are far larger, have hundreds of cars, and have employees. Applicant who is an individual who operates under a sole proprietorship with or without employees or as an independent contractor. Very important, and I think that's the one that most people will fall under. Applicant is a cooperative with no more than 500 employees. And then from there, it kind of goes into all these other things like nonprofits and a tribal small business, which, again, I don't think is going to apply to anybody. And so you kind of just go through the process, apply, and get your application in. At the end of your application, it is going to give you a confirmation number. You really want to make sure that you hang on to that confirmation number because that will reference your application, and in case you need to call in or get some more information or provide more information, you want to make sure you have that on hand. So that was something that I printed out Literally does not take more than 10 minutes. And if you think you're going to need the assistance, then this is a great program to apply for. Now, for a lot of people out there who are just operating in the gig economy, if you're an Uber driver, a Lyft driver, you do Postmates, things like that. Now, they did release unemployment categorized for gig workers. And so this would apply to anybody. I think this is especially applying to a lot of people who do Uber and Lyft and things similar in that nature. And basically what you want to do is you want to visit your state's EDD site, and it'll actually walk you through the steps and let you know if you're eligible, which based on what we know from what the government passed, you will be eligible. And so basically you're going to go through it, and what it said on California state website and some of the articles that I read, and I think this is sort of unanimous across the board, is that if you are a independent contractor or self-employed gig economy worker, you are eligible for half of the normal unemployment rate plus up to $600 per week on top of that. So this kind of helps people make up for the income that they have lost. I know that there's a lot of Uber and Lyft drivers out there that went from making, $500-$600 a week to making nothing. There's just tons of stories about that. So all really, really interesting stuff going on. I came across a few other programs as well for anyone out there who is freelancing, who's an independent contractor, doesn't matter what economy you're working in. There is a website called freelancersunion.org, and they are doing $1,000 grants to freelancers, gig economy workers, and they're taking applications starting April 2nd. So it seems like within these next 2 weeks here, a lot of these programs, and there are a lot, and they're not just all through the government. There's a lot of programs out there that are trying to support these marketplaces, these gig workers, and to kind of keep everyone pushing and help them sustain as we kind of get through this. And then finally, if you are a business and, because I know there's a lot of Turo hosts out there where Turo is not your only business, you have other things going on, other businesses, a lot of people are in real estate and so on and so forth. Another thing that you can do is get in touch with your bank. I just got an email from my bank today, and they were basically breaking down the CARE Act, and it said my bank, which I bank with Bank of California, it says, as an SBA preferred lender, Bank of California is ready to assist you and now evaluate your eligibility and to help you qualify to receive a loan as soon as program funds become available. So your bank is a great source to kind of go through if you are looking for additional funding for your business, things that are higher than $10,000. They can really help you get through that process, because sometimes if you try to go through the website and stuff all on your own, it can be a little bit overwhelming and it could be a little bit confusing. So going through your bank is a great way of doing that. So definitely get in touch with them. It seems like everyone is super eager to help out. Check your emails, because every single company that I have ever done business with, even though it's been a decade since I last worked with them, everybody is pushing out information. They're really trying to stay in touch, stay informed, and inform you. Along with that email that I received from my bank, they had a whole breakdown of the programs that are available and kind of what the different eligibility factors are and what resources are available to you. So it's incredibly informative and really will help you answer a lot of questions. In the description down below, I will be posting the link to the SBA site. I will be posting the link to California's EDD site where they have information for gig workers. I will also be posting a link to the Freelancers Union site that I came across that will be doing the $1,000 grants. And then I will post a few additional items. For example, I have a really good PDF. It's 2 pages, really short and concise. And and this is from the U.S. Senate Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship. So one of the things that's important to me when I do come across this information is that the sources are credible and that it's actually the real information. Oftentimes, if you go to your typical news sites for this type of information, it's a real hit or a miss in terms of what they're reporting on. So you really want to make sure that your source is a pure source and has the right information. such as this one from the U.S. Senate Committee. But it's really easy. It talks about who's eligible for the loans. It says, I am an independent contractor or a gig economy worker. Am I eligible? What's the maximum amount I can borrow? How does the forgiveness work? There's tons of information. So this was sent to me by somebody, so I'm going to share this with you guys as well too. And hopefully you guys find this video helpful, and hopefully it comes in handy for some of you out there that run other businesses or are independent contractors or gig economy workers. All right, guys, on that note, I hope that this information helps you out. I will post all the links. Take care, stay healthy, take care of yourselves. And if you have any questions, please do send them to me, even if if it pertains particularly to this stuff. And I will do my best to use the resources that I have to get them answered for you guys. Take care. Good night. Bye.